It's the first video of 2021 at Jay's Real Reef UK. If I've not managed to catch up with everybody who's liked, commented and subscribed, Happy New Year to you guys. Wishing you all the best, prosperous, happy and healthy 2021. 2021 at Jay's Real Reef UK is all about bringing this Red Sea Max Nano Reef tank to maturity with beautiful corals, livestock and fish, and documenting it all for you on YouTube. How are your tanks going in 2021? Well, today I'm going to give you a little update on mine, and also, if you've seen by the title of this video, my thoughts and opinions on the Red Sea Max Nano Reef Tank. Testing your water parameters is one of the critical things of this hobby to get it right. If you've probably seen my previous video, Reefing 2020, my New Year's resolution this year is to carry out weekly water testing. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out on the channel. This is the kit that I use to test my water parameters. Some of these I'm using every 2 or 3 days, some of them I use on a weekly basis. If you're just starting out and you've got your first reef tank and you're starting to cycle, the first thing you're going to need is the ammonia, the NH4 and the nitrite test kit, the NO2. I bought this Red Sea Marine Care kit because it had a number of different tests just to get me started as an absolute beginner and novice. You've got your ammonia, you've got your nitrate, your nitrite, your pH and your alkalinity. As a one-stop kit, I think it's about £40. It is pretty good to get you started, but that's what you're going to need. The ones that I use on a daily basis is my salinity checker and temperature. I use this all the time. This one's about £70, the Nano salinity checker. Absolutely love it. I've got a previous video on this as well, so you can check that out, but it is plug and play. You just switch it on, drop it in the tank and it will measure your salinity and it will measure the temperature of the water. This is really good if you are planning to mix your own salt water, which I do on a regular basis. So if you're creating your own salt water, you're not buying it in, this is a really good thing whilst you're mixing up that salt and trying to get your water to temperature before you put it in the tank. My favourite out of all the checkers, my favourite one, got to get this if you haven't already got that one. This one's just from Amazon. I do like this one. It's got a TDS meter in there, so as you know again from my previous videos, I go to a company called Spotless Water to collect my RO water, and this allows me to check the total dissolved solids in the RO water just to make sure that it is really pure before I start mixing it with the salt water, because I don't want any problems with things like algae blooms. Also in this little kit here as well, as I say, I got this one from Amazon. You've got a little pH meter. Again, it's switch it on, it's plug and play, just drop it into the water and you're looking for pH around about 8 to 8.5. But again, it's really quick, really simple to use, and I use that quite frequently, every other day or so. Then we've got the Nano checkers, which are absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan of Nano checkers. I know they don't come at a good price. They can be quite expensive. Most of these Nano checkers here that we've got, I've got 4 of them, are kind of price range between 60 to 70 pounds. But I think with Nano, what you are getting for your money is accuracy, a digital objective readout, which, you know, that is so important that you can keep a close eye on the kind of small changes of your tank, and you're getting a consistent, accurate reading, and obviously in reefing that is worth its weight in gold. So from the Nano checkers, the most important things really from testing as a reef tank day to day for everyone is going to be your phosphates. This is quite a simple test, is the phosphate checker. A little bit of mixing for 2 minutes, but then you can test the phosphates. It's really good. That's that one. And then the nitrate checker, I've also done a previous video on the Nano nitrate checker. Check it out as well on the channel. This is very fiddly, and there's about 10 separate steps to it, and the one I think you need to master is the filtering through the cup. This is the most important part of the nitrate checker. This little kind of cup that you get, and you get a kind of filter paper to put in there, just making sure that it's sealed and it's tight before you drip the sample water through it is critical. But I know in my previous reviews I was quite skeptical about this, but this kit is really good. Again, for your digital readout, parts per million of nitrate, which is one of the most important factors to measure, trying to keep your nitrates below 5. It is brilliant, but you can't do it in a rush. It probably takes you from start to finish about 20 minutes to do the test properly. I do this test once a week, once probably every 2 weeks, but it is good once you get it up and running. One of my favourites though is the alkalinity. One of the parameters that swings quite a lot in your reef tank, as you know, is alkalinity. And this is such a simple little test. You take the sample water from the tank, you bob it into your vial, you put some liquid in, turn it 5 times, put it into the checker, and it reads out. It is the fastest Hana checker other than the salinity checker to take a reading. It's very accurate and I absolutely love it. I love the alkalinity checker by Hana. So with Hana, what you're getting, as I say, is you're getting that accuracy, you're getting that digital objective readout, and it's reassuring as a reefer that you're getting those values, but you're paying the price for it. You can also see that I've got a Salifert kit. I've only got the magnesium kit in Salifert. I don't really know why I chose magnesium kit for Salifert, but actually I really like Salifert. I could be converted to Salifert. They are really cost effective, very affordable, and they are accurate and easy to do. I would say that also about the API test. I've also got a nitrite API test, and again, similar sort of thing. Very simple to use. Most of the tests are kind of under £10, and they do provide you with, you know, relatively accurate readings on a day-to-day basis. So I do really like these two testing companies as well. I don't know what your thoughts are. In the comments below, let me know what you think of any of these testing companies, Hana, API or Salifert. I will say about the Hana, it is costly for the reagent packages. So all these kind of liquids and powders and things, the reagent packages range from between 10 to about £25. So when you're having to replenish the reagents, it is quite costly as well. So the £70 is just the start. Obviously, after about 30 to 50 tests, you're going to have to buy a reagent, which is going to cost you £20 to £30 as well. My last one, as I say, or the one that I started with, I'm going to go back to this, the Red Sea starter kit. It does get you started, but I think out of all the tests that I've got here, this is the weakest one. It's the one that swings the most in the results. It's not providing me with consistent results. That's why I bought the API nitrate test separately, because I wanted to check nitrite levels. So it's a start, but I don't think I would start here again, knowing what I know now. I think it's the least reliable of the test kits that I've got here today. So that's what I do, that's what I test. What do I think to my Red Seas Max Nano reef tank? I've had it 3 months now. I set it up in September 2020. I purchased it for $549.99 from krakencorals.co.uk. I've also noticed in recent weeks it's actually gone up to $599.99. That is some price tag. I'm guessing a lot of you lot who are watching this video have pushed the price up because of the demand for these little nano reef tanks, and I can see why. They bring a lot of joy and they are great little tanks. They are great for many reasons. They would fit in a bedroom or a study, which is where I've got it, without being too imposing. And also if you live in a kind of modest house or small to modest house, they are not too dominating on your existing space, which is another reason why I purchased the Red Sea Max Nano tank. But is it worthy of its £600 price tag, I hear you ask? Well, I would say, first of all, for a nano tank, it's pretty big. I know that sounds a bit strange, but this nano tank behind me is a 20 gallon, 175 litre reef tank. Many of its competitors in this kind of review would be the Waterbox, which is a 15-gallon reef tank, and the Fluval Evo, which many of you love and have probably got and enjoy, which is I think 13.5 gallons. So the Red Sea Max Nano is slightly larger than some of the other Nano tanks around. In that case, it gives you a bit more flexibility to stock it, and also allows you to put some more corals in there perhaps than you can squeeze in to a Fluval Evo. What else? Well, I think overall quality and the build quality of this tank is of a premium standard. The 1 centimetre glass allows for really clear viewing of your fish and corals. Once you get rid of your cycling and your bacterial bloom and you put your filter sock in, it makes the water look really crystal clear, and that's ultimately what you want. You want a reef tank that you can enjoy and you can view it through crystal clear, high quality premium glass. At the back as well, I love the sump area. With the Red Sea Max Nano, you get all this all in one sump filtration and lighting system. Now, I always believe that if you're a beginner or a novice, you've got to crawl, then walk, then run. So start small and work your way up to a bigger tank. Anyway, Cam Voodoo said that I'm going to be upgrading this tank in the next few months. I have been looking at the Red Sea E250 or 260 Deluxe, which is kind of similar to this but a slightly bigger tank. Anybody who's got the Red Sea E250 or E260 and can let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Let me know if that would be a good upgrade potentially in the future. But as I say, this is an all-in-one, so it comes with a light, it comes with, speaking of lights actually, the Red Sea Max Nano comes with a Reef LED 50 light, which apparently is really good. People have really strong views about how well it grows corals, and no complaints from many people who have that light. But when I bought my Red Sea Max Nano, I was drawn to the glitz and the glamour of Radian lighting, so I swapped out my Red Sea Reef LED 50, stuck it on eBay. I think I got a couple of hundred, maybe 150, something like that, and I used that money, because it was brand new, to buy my Radian XR15 Blue, and that has been, I feel, a really good decision to make. The Radian light is absolutely superb. I can't fault the app, I can't fault the quality of the lighting, the growth of the corals, the flexibility of the parameters. So I love the Radian light, but it doesn't come originally with a tank, but that's what I did. So maybe if you're starting out new, maybe you could do something similar if you feel that you'd like the Radian lighting. But going back to the back of the sump, there's a huge amount of space in this rear sump area for your, most importantly, for your biofiltration media. I run I run Max Spect Biospheres and Biohome media in the filter sock chamber at the bottom and underneath the skimmer. So there's huge areas for biological filtration, which I feel is really important to ensuring a healthy and clean reef tank. Talking of the skimmer is absolutely awesome. You have this baffle adjuster to change the water flow through the skimmer, and you also have the air exhaust to control, again, the amount of water and aeration in the skimmer. The skimmer pulls out everything from the tank, all the bits of detritus and fish poo and fish food. It does a brilliant job, and you can control it and how much you want to take out of the water, but I cannot fault the skimmer. You have to clean the skimmer cup roughly every 2 to 3 days because it gets full, but apart from that, the skimmer is absolute class in my opinion. In the return chamber over here, there's plenty of space to add filter floss and rower floss media bags and carbon bags as well, so you've got that flexibility in there. And I've also got the D&D titanium heat bar that sits between the skimmer and the return chamber, so there's lots of space in there to add your own kit, to upgrade the filtration, and I think it's absolutely brilliant what's behind there in terms of its workings. To find out more about what equipment I'm using and what I'm running and set up, please check out the previous videos on this channel to see how I set those up and what is actually in the back there. My only criticism in the earlier days was the return pump, which sits about here. the chamber is quite tight, and that return pump does tend to rattle around a little bit and vibrate and make some noise as it's bedding in the first few weeks. But I was given a tip on this channel to wrap that return pump in filter floss. Not only does it stop the vibrations and the noise, but it also allows for cleaner filtration of the water as it goes back into the tank. So in my opinion, the Red Sea Max Nano tank was the perfect tank for me to start with. I have no complaints. The price tag is a little bit higher from the rest of the kind of Nano tanks, but I think it is worth its weight in gold. But again, like I say, it is only my opinion, and I know there is some hatred around Red Sea tanks. So in the comments below, what is the best Nano tank or starter tank for any reefer to go with? Please let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Anyway, what else has been happening? Well, we had a bit of a magical moment earlier on the reef. I've managed to capture our almond, or should I say our Suntail goby called Almond, at the cleaning station. Let's take a look at the video. There you can see, look, there's the blood red shrimp reaching right into Almond's mouth. Have a little look. Almond's got his jaw wide open, and the blood red shrimp gives him a good clean. So he pops up through his hole in the cavern. I don't know, hopefully this is coming out on video. He's just there, cleaning down his head right into his mouth. There we go, right down, very delicately. So this is another relationship that you guys have probably got in your reef tank, where you can set up a shrimp cleaning station. I wasn't sure that my shrimp were going to do this, because I know the cleaner shrimp, they are kind of synonymous for cleaning the other fish and setting up a cleaning station, but I'd not read or heard or seen the blood red shrimps doing the same sort of thing. How good was that again? Oh, I feel like I'm on Blue Planet 3. I know it doesn't exist at the moment, but capturing these moments on camera, being able to share them on YouTube is a real gift. The hobby that keeps on giving, reefing. I have many people commenting actually saying that you're just starting to join the hobby, or you're just kind of researching the hobby. You will love it. You'll love it just as much as I've done. I've made no mistake here joining this hobby. It is absolutely brilliant. So I can't wait to hear about your journeys and your own personal journeys with your reef tanks. One guy who started out very recently is the Bearded Reefer. He commented on one of my previous videos, and I went across to his channel to have a little look. And this guy is certainly worth a follow. Ross from Bearded Reef. He's set up a water box 15-gallon tank. He's got some beautiful step-by-step videos of how to cycle your tank, add the rock, add the sand, add your first bits of livestock. It's really easy to follow. It's great advice. So please head over to the Bearded Reef channel, watch his videos, hit that subscribe button. He's doing a great job, and he has just started out. So any new reefers who watch my channel, please go head across to him, watch his journey as well with his water box 15. I'm always looking for new content and new channels to follow, so if you've got a reef channel that I've not heard of or seen yet, please in the comments below add the name of your channel and I'll go and have a little look, because I'm always looking to watch new stuff and with this hobby learn all new ways of doing things, because there's lots of advice and good advice that you can learn from YouTube. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, I'm going to wrap it up now. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you haven't hit the subscribe to Jay's Real Reef UK, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when we notify and send out our next video. Anyway, it's great to see you guys. I'm going to get ready for work tomorrow, but for now, thank you very much. You stay safe. Bye bye.